Good day, everyone. Welcome to today's virtual lesson on exit ticket. I'm Martin Ebony Molling, one of your instructors for this session. I hope you're all ready to delve into some exciting learning. But before we start, for today's lesson goal, by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to explain the purpose of exit tickets, demonstrate effective exit ticket strategies, and guide on implementing exit tickets in the classroom. So, the big question is, why use exit tickets in a student-centered classroom? Hmm, it's because it encourages active student participation by prompting students to reflect on their learning. It also promotes self-assessment as students think about what they understood, what they need help with. So, it also provides teachers with immediate feedback on learning gaps. This is not only for the benefit of the students, but also it benefits the teachers as we could see here what could be the learning gaps or what we need to improve more as well. Okay, so what is then an exit ticket? An exit ticket is a brief assessment given at the end of a lesson to evaluate student understanding of the lesson's core objective. So, the purpose of the exit ticket is to help teacher gauge lesson effectiveness and pinpoint students' need for reteaching or small group intervention, just like what I have mentioned earlier. How to use exit tickets then? So we have here our example. For the teacher's prompt, you could say, before we finish today's lesson on literary devices, let's take a few minutes to complete this drill. Please use a 1/4 sheet of pad paper to answer the three questions I'm about to give you. Your answers will help me understand how well you grasped the concepts we discussed today. So, your questions included in the exit ticket is something like this. For example, what is a metaphor? Give an example from today's text. Number two, you could also ask, how is simile different from metaphor? And for number four, how does the author use imagery in the passage we read? So these are the questions that you can ask. For example, if you're on a grade 9 English lesson on literary devices. But of course, it depends or it varies on what is the subject that you were going to teach or the subject that you handle. Next one, how to use exit tickets. So you have to collect responses after what you've asked, or earlier we've mentioned the three questions you've asked. You could also say for step two, collect responses. You could say, once you've written your answers, please hand in your papers to me as you leave the classroom. So as simple as that. For step three, after the class, you, as the teacher, should sort the exit tickets into categories based on the responses. So you could categorize this one into three. That's yes, some, and no. For yes, you could include the students who clearly articulated the character traits and their influences. For some, the students who provided partial answers or missed some key elements. And for no, these are the students who did not understand the concept or struggled to respond the question that you have given earlier. So remember, these ones that we have is still based on the grade 9 literary text. So still, you could have different strategies for different or various subjects, okay? But still, on the exit ticket in general, you should analyze the responses. Next one. So, after you collected and sorted the data, use the data for instruction. Based on the analysis, the teacher decides on the next steps. So, for example, still basing on the grade 9 literary text subject. So, for no, if many students fall into the no category, the teacher may plan a quick review session on character analysis in the next class. So, for some, if there are mixed responses into the some category, the teacher might group those students for targeted support. And, of course, for the yes category, if most students are in the yes category, the teacher may choose to move forward with deeper discussions about character motivations in the future lessons. Okay, so for number 5, you need to have a follow-up. So, you could provide feedback to students in the next class, sharing insights from the exit tickets and addressing any common misconception. You could say it like this: Good morning, everyone. I want to take a moment to discuss your exit tickets from our last or previous lesson on literary devices. I really appreciate your effort in completing them, and I've gone through your responses to see how well you grasped concepts together. So, for common misconceptions, many of you correctly defined a metaphor, but a few is or are confused with a simile. Remember, a simile is like or as, or it makes a comparison, while metaphor directly states one thing in another. So you could also give an example to make clear or to make everything clear, okay? Okay, so speaking of an exit ticket, I'll ask questions and I want you to pause the video to think about your answers. Ready? Okay, so here's the first question. An exit ticket is a brief assessment given at the blank of a lesson to evaluate student understanding of the lesson's core objective. Okay, so you can start pausing the video to think for your answer. Okay, so great job. An exit ticket is a brief assessment given at the end of a lesson to evaluate student understanding of the lesson's core objective. So the answer is end of a lesson. I hope you get I hope everyone got the correct answer. Now, for the second question. If many students fall into the blank category, the teacher may plan a quick review session on character analysis in the next class. You may pause the video to think for your answer. Okay, so if many students fall into the no category, the teacher may plan a quick review session on character analysis in the next class. Moving forward, after the class, the teacher blank the exit tickets into categories based on the responses. Now, please pause the video and then come back here with your answer, okay? All right. So, well, from that, thank you so much for coming in to the video. And yes, the answer is sorts. The teacher sorts the exit tickets. But we still have two more questions to answer. And that is, if there are mixed responses in the blank category, the teacher might group those students for targeted support. Again, pause the video and you can come back here and give your answer. Welcome back. So I'm hoping your answer is some. So if there are mixed responses in the some category, the teacher might group those students for targeted support. And let's not forget the fifth exit ticket. If most students are in the blank category, the teacher may choose to move forward with deeper discussions about character motivations in future lessons. And yes, the answer is in the yes category. Well, great job. I'm hoping that you've got all the answers correctly. Well, so from that ends the exit ticket. I hope everyone got the correct answers. And now, I'd like to ask, did we achieve our lesson goal for, or the lesson goals rather, for today's video? Okay, so I hope everyone achieved our lesson goals, which are explain the purpose of exit tickets, demonstrate effective exit ticket strategies, and guide on implementing exit tickets in the classroom. Well, thank you so much for joining today's session on exit ticket. I hope you found these strategies useful and can see the impact of exit tickets can have on our understanding and reflecting on our learning. Remember, exit tickets are not only a great tool for teacher, but also it's a powerful way for students to track their own progress and take ownership of their learning. So if you have any questions or thoughts about today's lesson, feel free to reach out and don't forget to apply what you've learned here in our own classroom or study routines. I'm Matin Avani Molling, and it's been a pleasure guiding you through this topic. Keep learning, stay curious, and see you in the next lesson. Have a wonderful day ahead. Goodbye for now.